Life Audio.
Today I'll talk about that John prepares for his Super Bowl and adds a middle initial to his books. Meanwhile, I channel my inner Chris Farley for a church skit and tell you the tale of the Spaghetti Tree Hoax. Plus a conversation about love and the gospel and why how we present it shows whether or not we really have it. Today's episode is not sponsored by air travel. Soar through the clouds like a bird, but only after you wait in this line for 2 hours and we rummage through your bags.
What's up out there? I'm John. This is Jonnie. Let's talk about that, your favorite neighborhood podcast.
We're providing a service, if you will.
Yeah.
We're good people.
Well,
Well,
I don't know, we're people.
yeah. This is a big week for you as a church leader. Easter week.
It is Easter
It's a
week.
big one. It's when you get your creasters in here.
Yeah, you
Christmas and Easter people.
You probably heard us. It's our big joke around here because in the church world,
Yeah.
it's a common saying. I'm
going to guess. Guys, this is our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
I think I remember this.
We
from when I was
don't
like-
say it, but
Yeah.
we've heard it said so many times, like, this is our Super Bowl. And we're like, like the resurrection of the Son of God that redeemed all of creation and humanity.
Right.
And is progressively doing so as compared to the largest football game in America.
I think the idea of it is that if you're going to have like church has become more of like a show to people. So like you're going to say, this is the spectacle. This is the time when we really need to try to retain these people. So like, okay, so let me give you an example. So the Super Bowl, even casual fans watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So my wife will watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Could not care less about NFL football, but she'll watch the Super Bowl. So I think that's probably the meaning behind it is like, if we're going to ever get these casual fans to become real fans of Jesus, we got to get them on this Sunday.
I know this. I know the meaning.
It is a little offensive.
Well, the
I
deal
wonder
is,
if anybody's ever said that about the Super Bowl. Guys, this is our Super Bowl.
no, this is our Easter. Yeah, that was ours. I think.
This is our Easter.
I want to. If they ever have me come speak to a team for the Super Bowl, I was like, guys, just want you to know this is our Easter.
This is our Easter right
here.
now.
No, I mean it's one of those like I know what they're doing. I have this, and you know this. I have this complicated relationship with the idea of church growth.
Yeah.
Did I ever send you the thing that it gave me on LinkedIn that day?
I don't know.
You know, because it has all your skills you put in and everything. When I built the profile, and years ago, it sent me a thing because I'm an executive pastor and collaborative writer and all these different things on there. And it said, and people can give you skills. People can they can justify or they can quote. I think John's a good speaker or whatever.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they're giving you like recommendations.
I have it screenshotted.
Yeah,
because it said, John Driver, you're missing one critical skill: church growth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was like, am I ever?
Called you out.
How did you know? But like just that idea.
You know who else was? Corinth. No, I don't know. I don't know. I never went to the church at Corinth, but
yeah. Well, it's
I heard
interesting.
their Sunday school numbers were atrocious.
I just don't want to, like, I want to grow.
Yeah.
But I really want to be authentic in the gospel more than I want to grow now. I really, really do. And maybe it's easy to say for a guy that we don't grow much anymore. I can say that.
Yeah.
But we grow and then it changes and people move away or things happen or they get mad and they don't like you or whatever. That happens. It's just church. But
I got mad and didn't like you.
I don't want to worry about that anymore. It's what it is, you know, and
all right.
I want to worry about Johnny's salvation.
All that
that's
said,
the real problem.
All that said, come visit this Easter. And John's like, yeah, I give up. I don't
even care. No, I do. I care. But that's what's crazy. It's like, I talk to the staff a lot about the parish model.
Okay.
Throughout history.
Right.
Like, be in your community, be a place where the poor are fed, where the gospel is preached, where we're there when your kids are born, we help whenever it's time to recommit someone's body to the ground, we're there when you're in trouble, and we help create community, and we all kind of live in that community together. Now, I don't know if some, middle-aged, I'm like in the Dark Ages or whatever, if they had a parish somewhere in the middle of England, if they were really that worried about their parish being bigger than the village's parish,
right,
one town over or not.
It would be hard. It's hard to imagine because, church culture has changed so much. But yeah, was there that exceptionalism where you're like, we have to be doing this better than the next person? It seems like with human nature, it would have happened.
I don't know.
Did Paul ever write about that to the other churches, like stop competing with each other?
Yes, dissensions and jealousies and factions. He talked about. But it was
more individuals.
It was more theological dissensions than it was based upon the quantifiable outcome.
It wasn't like him calling out Ephesus, but like, yeah, you're growing, but you're not doing it the right way. Or like, you're growing, but yeah, dude, this is all...
He was always more
stealing people from Corinth.
That's the thing. There was only one church in those towns, right? And then the home church is as much a model as anything.
Yeah.
That's something, by the way, that Francis Chan, he was a megachurch guy. I love Francis Chan. Mm-hmm. And he wrote a book called Crazy Love that was like a huge bestseller.
Right, I remember that.
And he went on that megachurch pastor journey a little bit, and he's in California. And of course, I've written for a lot of megachurch pastors, and so I've been around that world a lot. And he walked away. Mm-hmm. He felt like God wanted to be done with that, and went to a home church model.
Yeah,
and decided. If you really talk to him or listen to what he says, there's just I don't know. And I know megachurch pastors at the time that were like, I know one guy that I knew real well. He was like, I think Francis just didn't get it. We can have this feel. Yeah, with this good community within mega, and I believe that everybody's called to different things. You know?
And that's okay. I would never just throw everybody in the same pot. That's just because they're a large church that they're doing corporate Christianity, and it's not the same, or they don't care about the people.
Listen, they're better at the growth side of church than I am, and I'm okay with that. We have different gifts.
I've been in some big churches that really do care about the people, and I've seen. I've been in mega churches where I was in meetings before I was doing a big event for them. And they were like weeping about like baptisms that had just happened. 100%. And they were like so dialed in. But I've also seen the corporate side of it that's gross. And I wish that I'd seen some things I wish I hadn't seen too.
Well, again, the church, I got a lot of friends down in Dallas at Watermark Church. That church is more committed to community and transformation in the community and serving the poor. And they were huge. And they're 20,000 people. But they had, They had the right emphasis on the right things. It taught us a lot. So I don't know. It's just one of those things, Johnny. It's kind of like I can stop writing because I worry about how many I sell.
Yeah.
Or I can try to write the best that I can and know that I get to do that. And that's how I feel about pastoring.
It's better to write for yourself and have no public than to write for the public and have no sense of yourself.
Wow.
You like that?
Who was that?
I can't remember. I think it might be Kierkegaard.
Okay.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
And that might not necessarily be a ministry model because you're supposed to be writing for other people. Technically, you're writing with them in mind.
Yeah.
But you're writing, in other words, don't change who you are just to get a public.
Right.
Don't. You got stuff on your screen that's not, you had what was that? I hope it wasn't top secret things. John's got
you guys are watching.
Zooming in on the video. John had the screen, our logo screen on our video.
That's always funny because when we first started songwriting, they were like, you need to get this on letterhead. Right. Someone will steal your song. And I was like, even back then I think I knew, no one's going to steal this. Yeah, it's not that good. One.
Come on.
Even if I think it's good. But two, wouldn't it be the best thing that ever happened to us if we had something worth stealing?
I saw this tweet about Easter week at a church. And they were like, it was funny to me. And I wanted to, this is why I brought it up to you today, is they said, this is where you find out if you're on the A team or the B team, worship-wise. Because if you don't get the invite to do Easter, you're like, oh boy. But you guys have pretty slim. You guys have a nice skeleton crew here anyway. So it's like all hands on deck, right?
No, we have 3 bass players.
Yeah,
we do have 1 drummer.
So if you're the third choice, buddy, you need to step it up.
Well, we can now bring our other drummer back up from Children's because we just added to the staff, and so.
A children's drummer. He's a little boy.
He's a
little drummer boy.
He's
a little drummer boy.
Oh, he just
He does. He has no gift to bring. Literally, he's that bad. He has no gift.
No gift
at all. He has no gift for drumming. Honestly, I don't know.
Are you going to be here? No.
Yeah.
I just put.
This is like a tiny break in our schedule, and so we're going to take a little trip. Take a little trip.
Hey, do you know who didn't take a little trip out of town when they were tired around Easter?
Jesus.
His name was Jesus. And
the little trip he took? He went to hell and fought the devil and got the keys to death, hell, and the grave.
So what are you doing? You're trying to just go out of town.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm excited for you. I think
you're not.
I think you need the break.
It's okay.
There's no jealousy in me at all.
John, you know what I think the show needs a break right now. And so let's take a break and hear from a few of our fine sponsors.
And we're back. I am excited for you. And
I know you're not, but it's okay.
I mean,
I don't need your excitement.
Let
me say this, though. As we record this tonight, you're going to get to meet Stephen Curtis Chapman because of me.
No,
probably.
I'm aware. And you paid for lunch today, too.
I did pay for lunch today.
That was not intentional. I was trying to pay for lunch.
I'm very magnanimous as a person. I love people.
I just want to do good to other people.
I don't even want credit.
No, you wouldn't even mention it. I would
never even say it into a microphone.
Right, for millions of listeners to hear.
Millions and millions.
All the good things that you do.
No, but yeah, you're going to get to meet old SCC tonight.
I think I've met him once, in passing.
Yeah, that's not the same.
I wrote for a guy, and he passed away last year, named Mike Hamilton, who was the former athletic director at the University of Tennessee. And actually, it's one of those weird things where I just approached him at an event and was like, because I really wanted to write, Tennessee stuff. And we became friends and we'd hang out. And the book never took off that we were trying to write. Pitched it and did different things, but became pretty good friends. But he became the executive director of Show Hope.
Oh, right.
The adoption agency for the Chapmans.
Yeah.
And I think I had some meetings over there and saw, maybe, I don't know, shook his hand or something walking past kind of thing, So I played it cool.
Do you remember when I was a youth leader? We were both youth leaders for our buddy Brian, who was youth pastor in Tennessee. And I wasn't doing comedy yet at all. But every now and again, I would get a wild hair to do like a skit before church. And one time I found this really obnoxious looking suit at Goodwill. and I was heavy then. I was probably 280. And I was like, I'm going to do Matt Foley. And so I did like a Matt Foley. Do you remember this?
Chris Farley, Matt Foley, I do.
I did Matt Foley before like a youth. He had Brian wrote some spiritual tie into it. He just wanted to see me do Matt Foley. And I came out and I said something. I was doing the whole like Van Down by the River thing. And then the thing I remember is I go, I walk over to you and I go, what do you want to be when you grow up, young man? And you were probably 22 or whatever. Yeah. And you go, actually, I want to be a Christian musician. And I go, well, la-di frickin' da. And I walk over to Brian and I go, I can't see real good, Dad. Is that Steve Chapman over there? And I had my glasses on. Is that Steve Chapman over there? Actually, we've encouraged John's songwriting. I wish you would just shut your big yapper. Anyway, it was a total ripoff of the sketch, but I just remember saying Steve Chapman, and it made me laugh.
Because he said Bill Shakespeare.
He said Bill Shakespeare. Is that Bill Shakespeare over there?
Oh, yes.
Anyway, you get to meet Steve Chapman tonight.
I have fond memories.
I want you to call him Steve Chapman.
Well, there is a Steve Chapman who's a singer.
Stephen Andy Chapman. That's right. That's probably why he was Stephen Curtis.
Probably.
I need to ask him that question because that's true. There's like a Jesus
you may
music.
Open up a blood feud conversation.
That's true. What if they're bitter rivals? That's why I had to be Curtis.
He must be stopped.
Well, it's like Michael J. Fox. He's Michael J. Fox because when you go down to like register your name with SAG to become an actor.
Yeah.
You get your first role, they go like, okay, and they look your name up in the database. Even back in the day, pre-computers, they would go, we already got a Michael Fox. And you go, what?
Yeah.
And they go, what's your middle initial? And you go, J? You're Michael J. Fox now. And so that's what happened to Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was Michael Douglas, but there already was a Michael Douglas.
Wow. So
he just couldn't be Michael Douglas. And one of his favorite actresses was Diane Keaton. So he goes, I'll be Michael Keaton.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Well, did you know that Ulysses S. Grant, his middle initial is not really S?
Was Stephen Curtis Grantman.
When he went to, his dad had made him go military.
Sure.
To the military academy. He didn't want to. When he went to West Point.
Right.
And they were like, they just put S in there. And he was
but there was no S?
No, he was like, that's not really.
He goes, that's a lot. Ulysses that's too much.
Grant. Well,
Ulysses.
But he became then U.S. Grant.
U.S. Grant.
Which is a big part of like.
The name, like it sounds very American.
Yeah.
It sounds the most American.
Oh, yeah. They used it like that for all the propaganda.
You may as well call yourself Dollar Bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to win the election.
Well, here's my uncle, Uncle Sam.
Yeah, it's wild.
And also, where I had a C in my name now for a lot of times because of the other John Driver.
John C. Driver.
Yeah. Because so some of my things will have John C. Driver now and some will have John Driver.
I think you seem like a Keaton to me.
John C. Keaton.
Dude, I'm telling you, that guy knows how to theologize.
I do have a pseudonym idea. You know how to make your pseudonym, right? You take your middle name.
In the street you grew up on?
And your mom's maiden name.
Oh, okay.
So what would be your pseudonym if your middle name?
My middle name is Terry, and my mom's maiden name was Reimer, so it'd be Terry Reimer.
Yeah, no one would ever know.
Yeah.
You can write whatever you want.
That's how I check into hotels now.
Terry
Reimer?
Is it?
No.
Okay.
I just use my name because nobody cares.
Listen, I'm not going to reveal my pseudonym.
Oh, well. Okay.
Because I really may. I have some ideas to write some things that maybe I don't want.
Is that a nom de plume?
No.
A pen name, nom de plume?
Maybe I don't want recognition. Or maybe I don't want...
I think if you didn't need attention, we would not be doing this show. You got a real problem, but it's okay, John.
And on that note, let's do my segment. We call it They Talked About That. I gotta save my voice. I'm leading worship for Easter.
I know, buddy. You're on the A team.
This is like the halftime show. Okay. Oswald Chambers said,
wasn't he the? Hold on. Oswald Chambers was the
my utmost for his
highest.
Yeah,
you'd get that book when you graduated a lot. That was a big graduation thing in the 90s. My utmost for his highest. Yeah, big devotional guy. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he said, "We have shown our ignorance of him." This Jesus. We have shown our ignorance of him in the very way we determined to serve him. We serve Jesus in a spirit that is not his. We hurt him by our advocacy for him. We push his claims in the spirit of the devil. Our words sound all right, but our spirit is that of an enemy. Man, this really struck me, and it seems so kind of prescient. And I think, it's good to remember when we feel panicked in the modern, whatever our modern thing is, that the spirit of the enemy and, the temptation to try to use the name of Jesus to gain things we shouldn't gain.
Right, or as like a club.
Has always been there.
Right, using the gospel as a club for people.
Right.
Like a club to club somebody with, not a club like join a club, but like we're battering people with the gospel sometimes. Right. I think that's what he means. Like your tone is important. This idea that like, well, it's the truth. It hurts. It's working. Like, come on, man. Yeah,
if there is no love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, or self-control in your version of the gospel that you're speaking audibly, then it cannot be the gospel. It cannot be. Even if I'm not saying there's not a time to call something right or wrong, but if you look at how Jesus did that with people, he always did it with love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness, even if he was rebuking. But understand, when he was rebuking, it was the people doing this.
It was usually the most religious people. That
it was the people doing this who were using the name of his father in a spirit that's not his father's.
Yeah,
and so but I thought the one that really got me was we hurt him by our advocacy for him. And I've said that to the church without using this quote. Like, it would be better for us to stop if we're going to speak in ways or about things towards people that don't love people in the way that Jesus loves them, present tense.
Yeah,
then it would be better for us to stop claiming.
Better if they didn't even know you were a Christian, if you're going to act that way in public. Yeah.
Because they think that's how Jesus is, which is how Jesus set it up. He set it up as us to be his body. They will know who you are by your love, right? Which means they're going to know who Jesus is because they recognize the love of Jesus in you.
Yeah.
And not just the love of Jesus from you towards them, but the love of Jesus they see between you and other believers, more specifically. So the way that we handle our conflict, the way that we lash out or don't lash out, the way that we repent when we hurt someone, because we still make those mistakes. But advocating for Jesus in manners that are contrary to, let's not just say the personality, but to the spirit of Christ. Mm-hmm. And again, the spirit of Christ, with that list I just rattled off.
Yeah.
Like, that's not one of those, I think we hear something that sounds just flowery to us in Scripture. Like, that is the deepest of theology possible in terms of orthopraxy.
Yeah.
Like, the way that you live out the things you believe. What Paul is saying is like, these are specific ways. He says, and against these, there's no law. There's no law against these, meaning like the law, the way of the law is not, it doesn't, you can't find something legalistic to overcome these things with. You can't say, but this topic is the issue of our day. The issue of our day is always for the believer. Am I being transformed by Jesus into the manner of looking more like him. How do I know that I look like him? Because I will bear the same fruit he bears by the same Spirit that is within him, that's within me. And that fruit will look like love, joy, peace, patience. And so like the time spent meditating on those things or evaluating our lives. Like if you really evaluated your life, Jonnie, as a believer, what do we even look at? We look at church attendance and prayer, and we look at giving and all those things. And those are great, but basically even 1 John talks about this. Like, but if you do all those things and you still hate a brother or sister, you still hate another human who you have seen, then there's a lie happening within you to say that you love a God that you have not seen. Those two things cannot go, because the love of God cannot have a terminal point in your life. It's not the love of God you're experiencing. The love of God, by its transformational nature, must go through you to others.
Right.
It is the way not only he intends it, it's the way he commands it. That is the number one command. And I think there's a disordering of our commandments where we go, oh, I can skip. It's okay. I'm doing these other things. It's like, no. He's saying it doesn't matter if you do these other things. It's just a loud clanging gong now. It's just a cymbal. It's just making noise. It's not doing its thing. So anyway, Jonnie, I thought with the way you treat people, someone should say something. And I thought Oswald really came.
He did. He nailed it. And what's funny is I play the loud clanging gong for the worship team, and I did not get an invite
to Easter.
I didn't get the Planning Center email.
Well,
Planning Center is kind of inside baseball for people who don't work on a church staff. That's the email system that churches use to plan their services.
It's your app. Yeah, it tells you all your notifications.
You get to check the box, yes or no. Are you willing to play guitar this Sunday? Can we mark you down for these next 3? Yeah. And you go yes, no, and then they go to triages to the next person if you say no. Yeah. So I didn't get the playing. A loud clanging gong turns out not absolutely necessary.
They should throw some relational stuff into that app, like swipe right if you're willing to play
that. I think people would, make it more of a game, make it feel more. If the church swipes right on you too, is it left or right? I don't know. I really don't know.
It's been a long time since
it has been.
Dated.
It has been a long time. Yeah. Thank the Lord for that. Thank you, Curry.
Yes,
for keeping me off the market. John's thanking Curry too. That's weird.
I could not handle this guy if he was trying to date people.
No, you're probably right. So. John, let's do my segments. Let's start with old jokes. We call it Joke About That. John, you know what really boils my blood? Faulty spacesuits. It's a dark one. We're starting off.
I like it.
We're gonna orbit the moon for the first time in a while. We're sending manned spaceships to the moon. Manned spaceships to the moon, and we're going to land on the moon within the year, I think. So we're going back to the moon for the first time since the 70s, I think.
Wow.
So it's an interesting time in NASA culture at large. But anyway, faulty spacesuits. John, at the end of his service, the minister told his congregation, next week I plan to preach about the sin of lying. To help you understand my sermon, I want you all to read Mark 17. The following Sunday, as he prepares to deliver his sermon, the minister asked for a show of hands. He wanted to know how many had read Mark 17. Every hand went up. The minister smiled and said, seeing as Mark has only 16 chapters, I will now proceed with my sermon on the sin of lying.
Yeah, I knew that.
You knew it right away.
I did.
John's like a sword drill. He's like, there is no Mark 17.
Good day, sir.
You're like, I'm using that. I'm doing that next time. You bunch of liars.
How many of you guys have read the book of Hezekiah?
Second opinions.
There is no Hezekiah.
Second opinions.
Yeah.
First condominiums. John, a guy in court.
Third condemnation.
A guy's in court facing murder charges. The judge says, you're charged with murdering your wife with an axe. The guy at the back of the court yells, you monster. The judge then says, you're also charged with murdering your mother-in-law with an axe. The guy at the back of the court again yells, you monster. The judge addresses the guy at the back and says, sir, I realize these charges are upsetting, but please refrain yourself. The man replies, you don't understand, Judge. I lived next door to this man for 10 years, and every time I asked to borrow an axe, he said he didn't have one. These are some dark jokes today. It's okay.
Yeah.
Except for the lying one. That was just kind of tame. John, upon seeing his new store, upon opening his new store, sorry, I'm reading these. Upon opening his new store, a man received a bouquet of flowers. He became very dismayed after reading the enclosed card, though. Our deepest sympathies. Suddenly his phone rang. Surprisingly, it was the florist calling to apologize for having sent the wrong card with the flowers. Oh, it's all right, said the shopkeeper. I'm a businessman, and I understand how these things can happen. But, asked the florist, I think I accidentally sent your card to a funeral party. I'm sure it's no big deal. What did it say? Asked the storekeeper. Congratulations on your new location. Hey-o! Which is kind of apt, honestly. It's a new location.
Yeah.
We're all headed to a new location upon death. That'll preach, won't it, John?
Boy, it will. This Easter.
John, let's do my final segment. This Week in History, we call it Talk About Then. John, this week I had a couple April Fool's moments because this is April Fool's Day as we record this.
Yeah.
Are you a big April Fool's prankster?
No.
You don't do it? Never posted a faulty?
No.
Laura and I are pregnant again. You've never done the thing. And everybody goes, oh, holy moly.
I don't have time. I just don't, I don't know. It just.
You've never practical joked anybody except like maybe high school.
Well, you and I are kind of the same in this. I'm always worried that the person I practical joke will be more serious than I am in the return.
They'll jump a level, go psycho on you. Yeah. You never know.
Well, you used to have a joke about that. What was your
I would say you start off simple like, I put cheese whiz on your door handle. I put shaving cream on your mirror. You're like, I toilet papered your lawn. They're like, I poisoned your ferret.
Right.
Yeah. I don't have a ferret. John, this week, 1996, April 1st, as part of an April Fool's Day joke, Taco Bell takes out ads in 7 leading newspapers announcing they had purchased the Liberty Bell to, quote, reduce the country's debt, and had renamed it the Taco Liberty Bell. In response to public concerns, White House Press Secretary Mike McCurry stated that the federal government was also, quote, selling the Lincoln Memorial to Ford Motor Company and renaming it the Lincoln Mercury Memorial. The prank was successful in that it only cost the U.S. $300,000, but generated a sales increase exceeding $1 million for the first 2 days in April, along with a large amount of free publicity. It's saying the U.S. cost the U.S. that. I'm thinking that means Taco Bell was successful in doing it.
Okay, I was going to say, what happened?
The U.S. spending money to. Yeah, that's weird. I think this means because this is I get these out of the internet, off the web, and so I'm sure this means that Taco Bell spent $300,000 but made $1 million in sales. What a weird thing. I remember the Taco Liberty Bell. I remember it being a thing in the newspaper.
96.
The Taco Liberty Bell. Yeah. And people were like, come on, man. Is that real?
They're
filling everything with guacamole.
Go get me they stopped making Mexi Melts. That's the best thing they had in the 90s.
You know what I love? The Chilito. The chili cheese burrito.
Yeah.
Gosh. Man, you needed to be near a bathroom, but man, that was good. The Mexi Melt, I'm with you. Mexi Melt was so good.
Why has it never come back? They do all these
they were like 80 cents.
We're bringing them back, your favorites over the decades, and they never bring back Mexi Melts. Guys, do better.
Yeah.
If you're listening, algorithm.
Yeah.
Someone tell Taco Bell.
So the other night, Curry goes, I go, where do you want to go to dinner? And she goes, I just kind of want something. And she goes, I'm afraid to say it. I go, what? She goes, I want Taco Bell. We went to Taco Bell and sat down.
Hey.
We ate in a Taco Bell.
Listen, it's really good. I hate to say it.
It is really good. It's a little more expensive than it ever has been. So you can't just eat like 5 pounds of food for $12. It was more expensive. But not as expensive as like a sit-down place would have been. A real sit-down.
Do you get a Mexican pizza?
No.
Do you get a Nachos Bel Grande?
I got a quesadilla, chicken quesadilla, and a hard shell taco.
Wow.
I don't like the fancy.
I didn't have
a Crunch Wrap Supreme.
You had a chance to go and do something special.
I know. I do like a Mexican pizza every now and again. And those went away for a while too, and they brought them back. Popular demand. Maybe if we get a petition together.
I'm starting
Mexi Melt.
Guys, Mexi Melts. If you've never had one, you don't know. Like, it's unbelievable.
It was very good.
Yeah.
It was very good. John, this week, 1976, Apple Computer is founded by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne. You don't hear about Ronald Wayne a lot. I wonder what happened with them. I'm sure an Apple nerd is going to try to email the show and tell us what happened. Because you hear about Woz, and you hear he was kind of the brains.
Yeah.
And Steve Jobs was like, he had the public-facing persona and the drive.
Right.
But who was Ronald Wayne? What happened to him? Their first product, this is why it makes the list. Their first product was named the Apple I personal computer kit, and it sold for a price of $666.66. Now listen, John.
Wow.
You already live in a world at this time in 1976 where people are like, the mark of the beast. It was the kind of the seeds of satanic panic were starting.
Yeah.
And you're going to sell a computer, which people think is going to usher in the Antichrist, probably. Let's sell it for $666.66.
Yeah.
What are you, crazy?
I mean, technically, you're adding 2 more 6s.
But that makes it all the worse.
Does it, though?
I don't know.
Maybe I think it. I don't know. It's...
Anyway, they'll never go anywhere.
No, obviously.
That Apple computer.
From the beginning.
That's not great. John, this week, 1957, the Spaghetti Tree Hoax occurred. 1957. The BBC aired as an April Fool's, quote, news story about the spaghetti harvest in Switzerland. It purported to show spaghetti being harvested from trees and laid out to dry and claimed that spaghetti trees had been specially bred in Switzerland to produce such uniform-length spaghetti strands. After the broadcast, hundreds of people called in to find out how they, too, could obtain their own spaghetti trees. To make it sound more authoritative, the voiceover was done by respected broadcaster Richard Dimbleby. The idea was the brainchild of panorama cameraman Charles D. Yeager, who came up with the idea for the hoax after remembering how teachers at his school teased classmates for being so stupid that if they were told spaghetti grew on trees, they would believe it. Now listen, these teachers, that's
harsh.
Not very.
Just do a better job.
Let me tell you why you're stupid. You're so stupid, young person. I'm charged with your education, but it is interesting. It's the BBC. The English people are, Britain. They're supposed to be like you Americans with you, and they fell for this. They were calling in the station. How do I get my very own spaghetti tree?
Sorry to our British.
I remember my wife telling me that she had a girl in her class once ask if there were cheese trees. So,
was this like junior year?
Yeah, this was not. It was old. It was old enough that
they should know.
People turned around and stared.
Yeah.
Where does cheese come from? Yeah. Cheese trees? John, finally, the first portable cell phone call occurred this week, 1973.
Wow.
The first portable cell phone call is made, and this is why it makes the list. I love it. General manager of Motorola's communication system division called. Do you want to guess who he called? Because it had to be somebody else with a portable cell phone, right? Or maybe I guess you could call a landline. I guess you could call landline. But who would you call? If you had just invented something that you had a feeling was going to change the world, you'd probably call your mom. You're not going to believe this, right? Or you'd
call my wife.
Call your wife. They called their rival at AT&T's Bell Labs from the streets of New York City.
Wow.
So they basically call. They're like, "It's working. You're going down." It was to taunt them.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's cool.
That's some haterade right there.
I don't know.
You don't like that? Because, Alexander Graham Bell, his name was like, "What hath God wrought?" It was a big, like,
Yeah. What hath God wrought?
And you can get your own for $666. No, they called their rival. They called the old, which that's kind of an old school hater right there.
But Motorola's no longer around, right?
They probably have been absorbed and they still exist in some other conglomerate form. It's like
AT&T still is.
That's true.
Who's the last one standing?
Who had the last?
Still could maybe Motorola. Maybe they turned into Verizon or something.
I think Motorola was absorbed by somebody, and then they were absorbed. And
what was the name of Verizon before it was Verizon? It was
Nextel.
Singular.
Oh, Singular.
Was it?
I don't know. We don't have any information.
There's no way to know.
We'll look it up and we'll tell you next week on it. John, how would you send a note to the show and correct all of our many, many errors?
Just send an email to hello@talkaboutthatpodcast.com.
If you go to talkaboutthatpodcast.com, John, you can find so many of our archived episodes, over 400 episodes to listen to. Maybe you're on your spring break trip. Maybe you're headed out for summer vacation soon. What a better way than to just, pass the time.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to stick your hand out the window and do one of those things where hey.
Yeah. You don't want to be doing that.
Don't do that.
It's a waste of your energy.
Pull out your device.
Yeah.
And
put in sound-canceling headphones. You can't even hear the kids scream in the back seat anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe they're asking for food. Maybe they have to go to the bathroom. But you're here with us. Yeah. And in here, it's safe.
It is safe.
Yeah. We're not advocating for you.
Oh, come on. But have a listen. And we appreciate our fine listeners. And it means a lot to us. John, I am on tour a lot this year.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give a few of my tour dates if I could. I mean, it's weird to kind of,
I will allow it
for yourself. But the Live and Laughing tour rolls on April 23rd, Thursday, April 23rd, Magnolia, Arkansas. That's with my buddy Adam Bush, who helps produce this show, actually. And Christian McCartney, who's like a big viral. I mean, he has 6 million TikTok followers.
Wow.
This guy's great. He's young, too, so he brings that young energy, that crackling energy to the show that it desperately needs. Come see us in Magnolia, Arkansas, April 23rd. April 24th, Cleburne, Texas. That's a suburb of Fort Worth, I believe. So Dallas-Fort Worth area. Come on out, Dallas people. Crosby, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston. It's north of Houston. That's April 25th. And then Jonesboro, Arkansas, Sunday, April 26th.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be in West Bend, Wisconsin, April 11th. Yes, April 11th. So come see me there, West Bend at the Bend Theater.
Oh.
That's coming up very soon, April 11th. And those tickets are available at johnnyw.com. No H, JONNIEW.com.
Yeah.
.com.
It's exciting. It's exciting times.
A lot going on.
People are loving the show. We're hearing great things.
People like the show, and people at my show talk about this show.
Yeah.
They go, hey, we love this show. Where's John? And I go, he's in the backpack. You do need to come out. You said you were going to come on one of the bus tour runs, and
I think it's the
you're
fall
running
leg.
You're running out of time.
I think it's the fall leg because
All right,
we're
buddy.
out of travel season.
They cancel these fall dates.
Oh no, that'll be the worst.
I know. You would have missed out.
I don't know.
Because of volleyball. I hope you're happy.
I'm not.
That's good.
I'm happy with life.
That makes me happy that you're a little. I want you to be a little.
Just a little miserable.
Churning. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, it was a fun day, guys. Thanks for all the time you gave us. Let's do it again next week here on
Talk About That.